All right, so this is a review I'm going to do of the Ranger Ready range. Actually, to just show how effective this is, there's actually a pond in the woods behind my garden, so I've come down to the waterside during the day, which normally would be a complete act of lunacy, particularly today because I don't have a t-shirt on and just some shorts. But I've sprayed myself with the product and I am not being bitten, which makes a change. Let me start by talking about the fact that up until I tried this product out, I was pretty convinced most bug sprays are terrible. Pardon the little frog there. The one I always moan about is this one. You probably see this one in the shops a lot. It's Cutters Backwoods. Everybody buys it. It's got an older, longer, more tested product in it called Deet. And my problem with Deet is it doesn't seem to actually work. So I remember on certain FKTs that I've done on multi-day trails, I've ended up giving the Deet or getting rid of it because it's just weight that's useless. And I'm still surrounded in flies and being bitten. The other problem with Deet is it's really greasy on your skin, but also if you don't spray it on yourself and you get it on any of your camping gear, it melts your camping gear. So it can melt your tent, it can melt sunglasses, anything plastic at all. Please excuse the frogs. I just don't use it. I very rarely use bug spray at all because I've never been convinced anything works. Which brings me to this. There are actually two effective products from Ranger Ready. One of them is the big orange bottle is Permethrin, which I've heard a few people talking about and is mainly used to spray your clothing or things like your equipment or your tent that you're sleeping in or your mesh tent. So I've heard people already talking about Permethrin being effective. I've certainly sprayed some of my gear with this now, and not only is it not melted any of my gear, unlike Deet, but it does seem to keep the bugs away. So it gives you that extra belt and braces for you to put on things like clothing, t-shirts, that kind of thing. Hello, Mr. Frog. The other product that they use to spray on your body is Picaridin, and that is a slightly newer product. And by new, I mean it's still been in use for about 20-30 years. But unlike Deet, it's not greasy on your skin. Unlike Deet, when you get it on your sunglasses by mistake, it doesn't melt them. And unlike Deet, it actually keeps bugs away, which is why I'm not being bitten right now, which is quite something for me, because usually most days I end up with some kind of bites on me. So the other thing I quite like about the Ranger Ready range is you can get them in containers that are quite small, which means if you're out on trail, you're not carrying too much weight around with you, which I quite like. And the other thing that I thought initially was a bit weird is it also comes in three scents. So there is one without any smell at all, which is kind of cool. There's an orangey one that isn't terrible, that smells a bit orangey. My favourite is the amber scent one, which actually doesn't smell half bad. And I quite like the scented ones because my brain is addled these days now that I'm in my 40s, and actually just having the amber scent reminds me I have already put bug spray on for the day. So that's about it really. To sum it up, the Ranger Ready stuff uses two different ingredients, one that's great for clothing and camping gear that doesn't melt it, and the other ingredient that's great on your body. The advantage over Deet is you don't get the greasiness, you don't get the overspray that melts literally everything else you own, and it actually works. And I generally find that the other products with Deet in that most of us use just aren't very effective. So that's about it really. There's only so much you can talk about. I sprayed the thing and the bugs didn't come. I've put a link in the video below to a more in-depth review and some links to the sort of lowest prices online. And please like and subscribe to my channel, it genuinely helps. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and that's about it. So that is it. That's the Ranger Ready repellent range. That's both their Permethrin spray, which is good for clothing and gear, and their Picaridin spray, which is good for yourself.